there are about 1.5 million species of fungi on the planet. So there's 5 times as many different fungi as there are plants. So if you don't like mushrooms, it's just because you've had the wrong one. There's a lot of amazing mushrooms out there. There's mushrooms that taste like beefsteak. There's mushrooms that taste like fish. There's mushrooms that taste a lot like vegetables. Ones that taste like tofu. There's ones that taste exactly like chicken, called chicken lawoods. And there's even one called the candy cat mushroom. Guess what you think that might taste like? Candy cane? Almost. Anyone ever had maple syrup? Real maple syrup? Candy cat mushrooms taste just like maple syrup. So you can make a candy cat mushroom where you just make a shortbread, put a candy cat mushroom on top. It's a self-sourcing maple syrup shortbread. So if you say you don't like mushrooms, I challenge you to try different species of mushrooms. And one of the challenges is trying to find those mushrooms yourself. Because if you go to the local supermarket, how many different varieties of mushrooms? What varieties of mushrooms can you buy in your local supermarket? Anyone name any? Shiitake. So these are shiitakes here. These are some homegrown shiitakes. They're not looking their best because they have been subjected to being out in the Brisbane outdoor conditions. So don't judge shiitakes by these ones, but they're just here to show you how to do it. So shiitakes are one. Now they are an amazing gourmet mushroom. Shiitakes are renowned worldwide for their incredible flavour and incredible texture. So they're one of the easiest ones to grow. If you went back 10 years in Brisbane, 10 years ago, what kind of mushrooms would you have been able to buy at the supermarket? Brown mushrooms. That's such a great descriptor, isn't it? The brown one. Yep, brown mushrooms. What else would you get? Button mushrooms? Button mushrooms? Yeah, so brown mushrooms, button mushrooms. What is the word we sometimes put in front of the brown ones? Swiss brown. That makes them sound exotic, doesn't it? You know, like exotic Swiss, culinary experience. So we've got Swiss browns, we've got button mushrooms. What else? Field mushrooms, yeah? 10 years ago, you might have got some field mushrooms. Right? Now you can. Now you definitely can. 10 years ago, back when it was a little less fancy, a little less zhuzhy, we would have got our Swiss browns, our champignons or our button mushrooms, or we might have got fancy ones, they would have called them portobello mushrooms. I've got a sad thing to tell you. They're all the same mushroom. They're exactly the same species of mushrooms, but the large integrated mushroom growers just subject to slightly different conditions in order to create an illusion of choice for you guys. There's no difference between them at all. No health difference, no cultivation difference really between those different ones. So portobellos, Swiss browns, button mushrooms, they're all really boring. They're called Agaricus bisporus, and we've got a name for them, not a very nice name. It's called the coprophyte. Does anyone know their Latin? Can you say that a bit louder? It means they're the poo lovers, or the poo eaters. They are the lowest of the low of mushrooms. You might have heard that joke about don't treat me like a mushroom and get me in the dark and feed me poo. Button mushrooms are the lowest of the low. The really gourmet ones that we can cultivate, we call the saprophytes. Isn't that more beautiful? The saprophytes. They're the wood lovers. They eat decaying wood and decaying straw and decaying organic matter. And they're the ones that you can grow at home really easily. Has anyone ever had one of those button mushroom kits before? You buy a box, a great big box, and it's got a plastic bag inside it. You open it up, and it's full of mushroom compost. You ever tried that? Yeah? And how many mushrooms did you get from it? You forgot about it. It's under the stairs. It sort of got a life of its own. Eventually, it crawled out from under the stairs and invaded your lounge room, probably possibly with a smell. Those kits are full of, what kind of mushrooms were they again? Coprophytes? So what was the box full of? Manure or compost, breaking down compost. And they're usually the spent mushroom compost from the end of the commercial mushroom cultivation process. It'll still produce a few more mushrooms, but nothing like the amount of mushrooms that you can grow if you follow some really easy, simple steps. So, fungi and mushrooms are this whole other kingdom of life. They're not plants. For a long time, scientists categorised mushrooms as being a plant, but they're nothing at all in their life cycle, nothing at all like plants. Mushrooms are much more like animals than they are like plants. Does that sound a bit weird? Why would they be more like animals? What do plants eat? They do make their bodies out of the nutrients from the soil, but they don't really get the energy from the soil. Where do they get the energy from? From the sunlight, and they use that sunlight to power photosynthesis. So they convert carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and turn that into sugars, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and turn that into sugars and carbohydrates to build their bodies, and proteins. We call them autotroph. Auto meaning doing yourself, and troph meaning food. So they can make their own food. Cool, eh? Magic trick going on all around us right now. Wherever you see something green, that's what's happening. Well, fungi aren't like that. They're more like we are. We're heterotrophs. That means that we rely on something else to make our food for us. So what do we eat? We might eat meat, but what else could we eat? Plants, right? So, what else could we eat? Fungi. Yeah, we have to get someone else to do that primary energy conversion. Guess what? So do fungi. They're more like us than they are plants. We have to feed them rather than them be able to take stuff out of the atmosphere and make their own food. So when you're raising fungi or raising mushrooms, it's more like the actual animal. You've got to prepare its food for it and give it the right food, just like you would a chicken. You've got to give it the right moisture, just like you would an animal. Whereas plants can produce their own food, we have to give fungi their food for them. Not only that, what they're actually made of, the stuff that they're made of, is protein. This mushroom is protein